Hello everyone, welcome to my Module 9 teaching memo. I'm hoping everyone is doing well and staying safe and healthy. I have heard from a number of you who are experiencing issues, and I have consulted with your department chair and the head of advising, Mr. Stephen Bruno, who is monitoring student issues during the crisis. So if you are having difficulty or issues, please let me know. We've gone through 3 weeks of school closings and working remotely. I hope you are not being overwhelmed by all the information being shared on teaching from home on social media. Please take baby steps. Remember, this is crisis schooling. This is not homeschooling. This is not online courses. One of you reached out to me regarding the video program I used. It's called Camtasia Studio and is available for a free trial from the TechSmith website, a link of which is in my transcript. I hope this holiday finds you all sharing it virtually with family and friends, and you take it easy. Housekeeping. The selected response test process has ended. It ended a week ago. However, there are still people who need you to take their tests. The revised selected response test discussion board is still open. I won't close it. I'll leave it open. I'm grading it, but I can regrade it if you create more, or answer and give feedback for more tests. If you need people to take your tests, let me know and use the inbox to contact your classmates. I'm grading the discussion, but I will regrade it if taking more tests alters your criteria. I'm pleased with the inquiry-based comments made in the observation discussion board. There's much less cutting and pasting of quotes, although some people are still doing it, and just sticking a web link at the end. Let us know why you cited a source. Many of us are hungry and we'll go visit if we think it's relevant, including me. I'm constantly updating my course and adding relevant and interesting web articles that you share. The Module 8 discussion board is closed, and of course I'm going to keep that open as well. I continue to be impressed at the quality of student involvement over the 2 weeks that the discussion board was open. Conversations involved about involved parent-teacher conferences, observing and questioning English language learners, conferencing with English language learner parents who don't speak English, and how to increase higher order thinking. I have links to all these articles in the transcript. In one section, the subject of building relationships in order to have productive conferences and interviews with students. I shared an article, I think I mentioned it in last module's teaching memo. I co-authored with my wife about this topic. We are both secondary school administrators and constantly pushed back against what we felt were the poor relationships between teacher and students. For many kids, a good relationship with one adult in the building could be the key to unlock a lifetime of learning. During discussion about Accountable Talk, I discovered a website with many teaching and observing protocols, many of them, and that I never knew existed. So I have that link in the transcript. It looks like a good resource for teachers, and I would recommend checking it out. In one section, what I thought was a very useful article was shared on writing and reading workshops and conferencing. So check that out with the link in the transcript. You now know that all strategies are much more involved than just walking around the classroom. More material for your pedagogical bag of tricks. Dealing with difficult parents was also an issue that surfaced. Surprise! 2 helpful web articles I have links to were shared to assist with these conversations. Parent-teacher conferences were also mentioned, along with an article that I have a link for in the transcript. These are all good resources. I was interested if anyone was using technology to assist in record keeping for observations, conferences, or questionings. In the Wiggins article I shared that last week as well. She mentioned that she uses equity maps an app available for iPads that offers a digital way to both map and voice record discussions. I thought that was fascinating. Another app she used is called Parlay Ideas, which helps engage students who process a little more slowly or are introverted, an issue that often comes up in large or small group discussions. The app has 2 modes that teachers can use: live feature, which allows the teacher to track and manage how many times each person speaks during a live discussion, and a round table online discussion board. I like that. In one section, a candidate shared what she now uses, Prodigy Math, for data collection, and loves it. She even posted some pictures of what her data display looks like. Great stuff. Check those out. I have links to all those sites for those apps in my transcript. Okay, Module 9 was on performance assessment, and there was not a mastery assessment given. What I have done in this course is try to model good performance assessment, from discussing what a quality product looks like, giving rubrics that are clear and student friendly, having you practice giving supportive feedback that goes beyond the quote-unquote nice job type, and allowing you to use that feedback to improve your product. If you plan on using performance assessment in your classroom, and I would highly recommend it, there are a lot of resources out there on performance-based learning, PBL. I would make sure you download the resources I provide in this module, especially the Heidi Andrade article, Assessment in the Service of Learning, which goes into detail how to involve your students in the assessment creation process, which is something I'm trying to do in this modified discussion. There was some confusion to start the rubric creation process for the TPAS. Some of you looked ahead and used my rubric as a template. That's fine. But I'm not satisfied with that rubric. For one, it's only 3 levels. A carryover from an old course that I didn't create, but I've tried to update it, but I have not increased the number of quality levels. I'm convinced that there's always should be an advanced level for the student that goes beyond A-level work. That's why I have that many levels in my discussion board rubric. Rather than give extra credit, I decided that outstanding work should be rewarded with an A+ level. I shared what I thought were good TPS exemplars. Your response post should now be digging deeper into what makes those exemplars quality. So talk about those. What makes for a quality chart or table? What makes for a quality using data to inform instruction? What makes for a quality insights into the test creation process? Look at those exemplars and talk about, yeah, I like how this person did this. And that's what's important. So you all know when you start creating your 3-part analytic summary, how to get an A+. And that's my goal, that everyone gets an A+. I may post a short video on the next 2 Mondays, just to give you just to check in. And I hope you all have a safe and joyful break.